lot of Bollywood celebrities. They helped us in promoting Maldives. They were very much welcome Indian tourists.
To talk more on the whole controversy or the kind of statements that came from the side of the parliamentarians, I'm now joined by the former Vice President of Maldives, Mr. Ahmed Adeeb with me.
The Maldives has benefited a lot from India and Indian tourists, and we should continue to have a good relationship so that we can maintain a stable Maldivian economy.
Do you somewhere demand the resignation of such three parliamentarians whose talks were completely derogatory against India?
Because of these few elements, few people, I think that this relationship has been hurt.
Well, we just saw the kind of words that came from the side of ministers, suspended ministers. And after that, on second day, we are seeing several Indians and several others who are just opting for not to go ahead with the Maldives, and somewhere boycott Maldives is also trending. And while the words were against India and against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, people are not feeling really nice over here in India. To talk more on the whole controversy or the kind of statements that came from the side of the parliamentarians, I'm now joined by the former Vice President of Maldives, Mr. Ahmed Adeeb with me. He was also a tourism minister. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with us. Your very first thought to the kind of remarks that come out from three parliamentarians.
Yeah, actually, my personal thoughts is this is something that should have never happened, and this is something that should have never been. This should have never happened, and this should not be repeated. And I would say that government of Maldives should have be more forthcoming with their actions and strict actions, and they should remove them and also make a statement of apology, and as well as reach by the government of Maldives, with the president of Maldives, to the Prime Minister of India, because I think a lot of sentiments has been hurt, and it was such racial and derogatory remarks by the people who were in positions of power. So I think this is something very sad, and shouldn't have happened, I would say. They should have resigned, or made them resign, or removed them from the position, as well as an apology, and also reaching out to the government of India would go a long way forward, because I think it has erupted as a diplomatic crisis between the two countries, and as well as it has hurt a lot of sentiments of a lot of people in India.
Sir, tourism, you were also a tourism minister. We understand that tourism is somewhere the base is hospitality, respect, and so on to go ahead with. And coming out with such remarks has certainly not been in nice favored even for the tourism industry. That too, where tourism is bread and butter for maximum people there. One. And second, it's maximum Indians who are the visitors over there.
Yes, exactly. Tourism, where the has become the biggest market for Maldives after the COVID, and also it like, even though these few individuals who posted these comments about India, the general Maldives population, we love Indians, and we love Indian tourists, and we love the Bollywood, the Indian food, and a lot of Maldivian people go for medicals to India, as well as we have been a hospitable country with a history of good relationship with India and everyone else. We have been very receptive for the foreigners and the hospitality. So this India Out campaign is a political campaign by very few individuals, which was started by President Yamin, and this is got now inherited by the current President Moise. And the party has the elements of the kind of this kind of extreme elements. But generally, if you take the whole Maldivian population and its tourism industry, they are very much very much welcome Indian tourists, and we have been very close. And when I was the tourism minister, I invited a lot of Bollywood celebrities. They helped us in promoting Maldives. And like we had big events, and they have been in social media also. They have promoted Maldives. So I think this is a very sad situation where Maldives is today, because of few people who has commented. So the so it has been, what I would say is, the Maldives has benefited a lot from India and Indian tourists, and we should continue to have a good relationship so that we can maintain a stable Maldivian economy.
So you said that you are very much in for you guys like Bollywood, and Bollywood has also helped you all a lot. If you can throw a bit of light and in detail where how Bollywood is all about in heart of Maldivians.
Yeah, so Maldivians, like our generation and the generation before us, also grew up watching yeah, Bollywood movies. So we know a little bit of Hindi as well. We understand Hindi, uh, and Indian food has been part of our culture, as well as during my tenure in 2012, we started social media destination marketing. I branded Maldives as the luxury tourism destination, which we have achieved very well. And at that time, we organized, tourism shows, countdowns, like even stars like Priyanka Chopra visited, for our shows. So there are many celebrities who came to Maldives and has been very influenced. They have good influence over their social media about Maldives. Very good comments, and also it helped a lot, I would say, to brand Maldives as a special destination for the Indians, for the other destinations to follow through. So it has been a very good journey so far. But I think because of these few elements, few people, I think that this relationship has been hurt.
Blade, do you somewhere demand the resignation of such three parliamentarians whose talks were completely derogatory against India and Prime Minister Narendra?
Yes, I have demanded, and I think a lot of Maldivian other politicians has demanded for them to step down, resign, and make an apology and statement of those remarks, which is not acceptable, which doesn't represent us, the Maldivian culture. We are a very friendly nation with very open-minded people. If you take the general population, so this doesn't reflect our culture. We, so so I think a lot of Maldivians are upset about it. Especially the tourism industry has the most number of employment in Maldives. So everything that is the whole economy and everything is dependent on tourism. So everyone is upset as well. So I think we should resolve this, and they should be removed, and then we should resolve this with apology, and directly, uh, you know, uh, communication between Maldives government and India.
So, while Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Lakshadweep over there, and even when he commented or even when he tweeted anything that was there, nothing came from the side of Prime Minister Narendra Modi against Maldives. There was not even a word that was used by government authorities or anywhere else.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has every right to visit, and it is a very beautiful island, Lakshadweep. India is blessed with Lakshadweep and also Andaman Islands, so which can be developed to a tourism destination as much as beautiful as Maldives. So it's every right is there, and we should be open for that. As Maldivians, we have a island destination, and if there is another new destinations opening up, which will contribute to the region. We'll have more flights. We can have more combined marketing, combined beds, so that the economies of scale is there. So we should be open for that as a destination, and we should be, like, I mean, even Lakshadweep is full of Muslims. We are also Muslims, so we should be happy about it. We should not be, we should not react in that way. I also don't understand why it has to be done, and I think this is that regarding that elements of extreme political elements that in the party, which is doing that India out sentiments who have that. Very few people.
So the current head over there, if we talk about the president, in fact, during very his initial days itself, he came out with very strong statements against India. And for India and Maldives, since years, it has been closed neighbors as a policy.
We should be more careful, and the current government is just around 2 months into power. So, as I know, mostly the first any president who gets elected, the first state visit is always been India before. Even
Yeah.
President Yamin visited there. So this is time is it's
Been
different.
connected to a visit.
Yeah. So this is time different. He went to Turkey and now he's in China. So we are yet to see what happens in China. What are the agreements? What are the decisions they make, so that we can comment on which direction to go forward. But as personally, I would say that it's always best to balance the foreign policy and always to start with the neighbors, because we depend on each other. We we and I would say that in history it has been proven that together with India, we have always balanced. And when there is ever a need like COVID, like any incident, India has been always there, reliable as a reliable partner. So we have to balance our foreign policy, and it's just 60 days into the government. In the campaign, you can say many things because every politician will say. But when you are in power, when you are responsible for the livelihood of all the Maldivians, you should consider that we have to start from the neighbors and then go forward with other nations as well. But we have to balance the foreign policy.
So, your thoughts as for Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a leader,
Yes.
global leader?
Yeah, I believe Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, is not only a leader of Prime Minister of India, but as a global leader. He has been very kind to Maldives. He has given a lot of assistance last 5 years, even after the COVID with the vaccines and the air bubble, as well as the tourism, which has benefited to Maldives, has been very kind to Maldives. So my message is thank you, sir, from my heart, and I'm very sorry to see these kind of comments, which doesn't represent Maldivian people, uh, and had and we will. I mean, Maldivians will never say any comments like that. So I should say with that, Maldives. My call for Maldives government is to directly, but the president has to reach with the Prime Minister Modi and resolve this conflict, because it has blown out to be a full diplomatic crisis, and it's going to hurt our tourism as well. So we have seen sentiments from the corporate sector, and even the movie stars in India. So we have to resolve that, and also the sentiment of public of India. So these racist comments and derogatory comments doesn't represent Maldives, and I think there should be the clear message from the government of Maldives to India.
Mm. So, the kind of you just expressed the same, the kind of comments that now you are getting, Bollywood is near to you guys, but now the Bollywood actors are also not so happy with the kind of comments that are out, and obviously, with some of our, tourism industry, tourism operators calling it off for Maldives scheduled flights and all, is something gonna be a big hit to the business over there.
Yes, exactly. That's the situation at the moment. So we have to resolve it. We should try to resolve it rather than, escalating the crisis. We should try to resolve the problem, because we are a small country. We are a fragile economy, and tourism is a fragile industry anywhere in the world. So any impact on it will hurt Maldivian economy as well. So we should be more responsible, and we should be more tolerant, and we should be more friendly towards other countries, especially our neighbor countries, especially India.
Sir, is there any kind of meeting that you're gonna take or you're gonna meet some of the leaders regarding this particular topic?
Because I'm voicing out these concerns, because I'm genuinely concerned for the tourism industry, because I know how tourism industry operates. It's a very fragile industry, and this is a moment, if there is a blowout like boycott campaign or anything, that can be very big. Can have a very big impact on Maldives, and I understand that. So that's why I'm trying to voice out my concerns, so that citizens of Maldives can be aware, and as well as the how the diplomatic crisis, how this is escalating, could be cool off. So I really hope that I will be also meeting, and I hope that we can make a difference in the future.
Ahmed Adeeb with us and sharing his support to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and India, and somewhere saying that all kind of derogatory remarks that were there are certainly not acceptable and they were racist in nature.